Janette's I'm Every Woman TV. I'm your host, Janette Burke, and I'm glad to be back filming new episodes following my car accident. I'm happy to also tell you that I am slightly improved and I will continue to improve. And thank you for your loyalty and patronage staying with us. Now, today we are going to talk about a very important topic, the topic of cash flow. And I don't know anyone who cannot benefit from hearing how to have more cash flow, because more cash flow means more cash to spend. And I have with me a repeat guest. We have Marylou Heenan in the house, who is a financial advisor with Assante Capital Management. Welcome, Marylou.
Thank you, Janette. I'm glad to be back.
Say welcome back, yes. Marylou, there's a lot going on in Canada today with our economy, and I'm just going to read a stat that I recorded from StatsCan Canada that says the average Canadian family generates less than $80,000 in combined household income and is carrying a debt load of approximately $30,000 plus. That is really astonishing.
It is. It is.
So what are the implications of this and how can you remedy it?
Well, first of all, it is serious for families. So it's happened, in the big metropolitan areas like Toronto and Vancouver, house prices are very high, which means people are carrying large mortgages. Now, interest rates are low. That's also made borrowing easier. But if things don't improve, or if things get worse and interest rates go up, that can cause a lot of tension in the family. And that's not good for anyone, including the 59% of Canadians who are retiring with debt. So it's something that we really have to take a good look at.
Now, you hit upon the fact that the implications here are a lot of stress in the household. And we're a women's show and we worry about women and children. And I know you also cater to a lot of women in your business. Mm-hmm. So debt equals financial stress. And stress can lead to abuse in the home as well. Isn't that something we also talked about? And divorce,
sure.
Right? So we want to have a remedy for that as well, so that, it's not good to have so much stress in the home and leading to divorce. The next thing that StatsCan reports is that women who are running small businesses more than ever before account for, and this is true, ladies, $1.85 billion generated into the Canadian economy just from women small business owners like you. Okay, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
$1.85 billion. And while we are earning more, us women, we are also spending more and not investing it. Mm-hmm. And ladies, this comes with a price. But Marylou, what is the reason for this?
Well, there's something very simple to say about it. Overspending causes under-earning or under-investing. So if you don't get control over your cash flow and how you spend your money, you're never going to be putting any money aside to grow your business or to grow your investments or get insurance to protect you if you need it later on. And a lot of these reality shows and different methods show how you can control your cash flow by using envelopes or jars or writing everything down. But there's really a much simpler method that I've learned, and that's something that I share with my clients when we do their cash flow plan. But basically, you have to resist the urge to spend too much.
Yeah, because I guess if you spend too much, it's going to impact the future.
Definitely.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit about that. How badly will it impact your future?
Well, as I said earlier, 59% of Canadians are retiring with debt. And when you retire, you should be debt-free. You should be able to relax and enjoy yourself and not have those kind of stresses that you had when you were a younger parent or when your kids were going to university. So the remedy is really taking a serious look at things and consulting someone like a cash flow specialist. Such
as yourself. Mm-hmm. Okay, but I think also if we're talking about women who are earning more, we should also say that, there is a sense of, well, I've worked for this, I've earned for this, and, I want that designer bag, and I want that vacation, and I want this, and I want that, but, how realistic is it to, I understand we're earning money, we want to treat ourselves well. How realistic is it though if we throw all our money into what we call privilege or, pat on the back for a job well done? Why are we not thinking about taking some of that money and saving it for the future, for a rainy day?
Well, one of the simplest facts and something that I really abhor is the fact that we have no financial literacy education in our schools, in the elementary schools, high schools, colleges, unless you take a business course. You don't learn about it. So Canadians, men and women, you shouldn't feel guilty or ashamed because you don't understand it, because the courses are not out there. And it's not just about mathematics, right? It's about behavior. So I'm not saying you should never have your designer bag. I'm not saying you can't go on holidays. You can do the things that matter to you. But it's a question of deciding what really matters the most.
Yeah, maybe you could have a little of everything, but maybe vary it up a bit or take an option that's a little more affordable, like a designer bag that's a Michael Kors bag as opposed to a Louis Vuitton.
Sure, sure. It's about consciousness of your behavior.
Yeah, consciousness, right? And it's not about denial, that's for sure.
No, it's not about, a cash flow plan is not about budgeting at all. It's about what you really want to do with the money that you have.
So what are the top 3 factors, I'm going to say, women should consider when paying off debt?
That's a good question. So there's a few things. First of all, if you have multiple debts, it's good to have a strategy. So either paying off the one with the highest interest rate first, or taking the smallest one and paying it off first. And by paying off a smaller one, you get the feeling of doing it, and you get the reward and the satisfaction of knowing that you got rid of one of your debts, and then you can tackle another one more easily. But it's good to have a strategy for it. If you are a homeowner, of course, then your mortgage is going to be one of your biggest debts. And working with a cash flow specialist, you might discover, to your surprise, that there's faster ways to pay down your mortgage and ultimately to reduce the amortization period and pay a lot less interest on it. So that's another good thing that you can do. And the third, I would say, is find out what your credit score is, and if it's not as good as you would like, you can easily find out the reasons for that. And it might be because you have too many credit cards or you're using them to too high of a limit. So knowing your own credit score is also really important.
And in order to call, we have to know how to reach you. So please tell us, how do we reach you?
Well, you can reach me at my office number at Assante, and that's 416-939-2000. Or you could email me at mheenan@assante.com.
I think you should spell Heenan.
Heenan, H-E-E-N-A-N.
Okay, and your website too is www.marylouheenan.com.
Right.
And that's also a really good place for people to start to get to know you a little bit better. There's some really good info on the blog and different things. So